all my fault for leaving you alone. Come on, I have to get you back into bed.
Oh, God, wait, please.
Slow,
please.
Ready?
Oh, God. Please, wait, please hold on.
Okay. 1, 2.
Yeah. Oh, please. Oh,
there you go. All right. Okay. You okay?
Yeah, I'm perfect.
I have the biggest surprise of your life coming up, but first I need you to do something for me.
How about my pain pills and a little snack while I wait for my surprise?
I'll get them for you, but first you need to listen to me. Now, I know that sometimes my thinking gets a little muddy. I can't always tell what's right and wrong. I accept that. But last night I thought so clearly because I asked God about you. And God said to me, I delivered Paul Sheldon unto you so that you could show him the way.
Show me the way.
Yes.
Before, when I mentioned a snack, I was thinking more along the lines of cheese and crackers.
This is no time for jokes, Paul. Now, I've been trying to understand you, trying to understand what made you kill misery. So I went back and I finished your swearing book. Or at least I tried to, and had a revelation. You must rid the world of this filth.
You're going to burn my book.
No! No. Paul, you're going to do it.
Daddy, I've been lying on the floor all night. I need my pills.
And I will get them for you, but first this.
No, I need my pills now, Annie, please.
I know this may be difficult, Paul.
It's really not that difficult at all, Annie. There are things about publishing that you just don't know. Okay, my agent would have sent publishers dozens of copies, and by now everyone in New York was reading it. So, if you want to burn this copy, then fine. But you're not ridding the world of anything.
Then light the match.
If that's what you want, sure.
Then light it. I know that this is the only copy in the world, Paul. I know. You were 24 when you wrote your first novel, but you didn't make any copies because you thought nobody would take you seriously. But they did. So you never make a copy because you're so superstitious. That's why you always finish your books up at the Silver Creek Lodge. You told Jimmy Carson that 11 years ago.
Annie, this book will sell at auction for a lot of money. Well, I'll make sure that my attorney gives you half. I mean, after all, that's what you deserve.
This is not about money, Paul. This is about purity and God's values.
You're right. I tell you what, I won't publish it. I'll just keep it for myself. No one will ever know it exists.
As long as it does exist, your mind will never be free. You'll never be able to create the wonderful things you're meant to create.
I know you hated the profanity, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, but you have to understand something. This book was hard to write. I quit so many times, but I kept on coming back. I had to finish it. Every ambition I have as a writer are in those pages. It took me 3 years to write this book. 3 years. 1,000 days. If you really cared about me, how could you want me to destroy 1,000 days?
Paul, this is not a good book. This is not a good book. I know good when I see it. You are good. This is the only way. God's never wrong.
No.
Paul?
No!
Let me help you, dear. We are only put on this earth to help people. Nothing else matters. You can be so brilliant, Paul. I think you can see that. I think you do.
Please don't make me do this. I'm begging you. Please, Abby.
You can do what you want. Do the right thing. Now.
Fine.
Oh God! Oh my goodness! Oh, heavens, Betsy! Here's your next novel. Although I'm giving you too much as it is. Too much of anything can kill you. Oh, how does tuna casserole sound for dinner?
Great. Too much of anything can kill you.
Isn't it?
That's right.
Sorry to bother you so early, Miss Wilkes. I've been going nuts with phone calls from New York. So I'm asking every one of these parts if they've seen something. There's a writer comes here often from New York. Supposed to have got back home a few weeks ago, but he didn't. Guess he checked out of the Silver Creek Lodge 2 weeks back and never made it.
Arrived from New York.
Yeah.
Paul Sheldon was staying here. He's my hero. I've got all of his books inside. Is it him you're talking about?
Yeah, here's a photo here.
Oh my gosh. Well, what are they saying up at the lodge?
Oh, nothing unusual. Checked out the morning of that blizzard. Said he was driving a 65 Mustang, blue. Doubt it had chains, and that was one mother of a storm. Guess he could have driven off the road somewhere near here. I was up in a helicopter yesterday, and it's hard to see if a car's buried. Snow's still piled high.
Well, I don't think God would let anything bad happen to Paul Sheldon.
Oh, I don't think it's been long enough to worry. I told his agent when she called, maybe he stopped off on the way back, or maybe he's just had enough of this damn winter and he's gone to Florida instead. But she insists he would have been in touch.
Oh, I have to believe he's all right. You will tell me if you hear anything, won't you, Sheriff?
Oh, I think everybody will hear about it if we find him. And please, call me Buster. Everyone does.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for you, Buster. Well, what do you think so far?
Yeah, it's great. I always wanted to see the other side of the room.
There's no time for jokes, Paul. I told you, I have one of the biggest surprises of your life coming up.
If I knew the wheelchair was my surprise, I would have burned all my books.
Well, the wheelchair was expensive, even if it was half price. But it's only half your surprise. Now, you just sit tight while I get everything else sorted.
Can I have my pills now, Annie?
I know it hurts, Paul, but it's just not time for them yet.
I really don't know how long I can sit in this chair, Annie, without my pills.
I know you're in pain, Paul, but do believe that there will come a time, and sooner than you think,
Yeah?
it will hurt less.
Well, today's not that day.
Oh, don't be such a crybaby. It's one of the most important days of your life. Well, there's your surprise. What do you think?
It's a real antique.
I didn't get it for an antique. It's your new writing studio. A writer needs a place to work, right?
Work? You mean write? What on earth do you think I'm going to write?
Oh, I don't think. I know. Now that you've gotten rid of that piece of filth, you can go back to what you're great at. And you're going to write your greatest achievement yet. Misery's Return.
Annie, Misery is dead.
No, she's not. Even when I was so mad at you, I knew you didn't mean it when you killed her. And now you're going to make it right. And this will be a book in my honor, dedicated to me for saving your life and nursing you back to health. And I'm going to be the first to read it. No, Paul, you're going to make me the envy of the whole world.
You just expect me to whip something off.
I do. I absolutely do. And I expect nothing less than your masterpiece.
I don't have any of my notes. I have 2 big binders with stories, characters, timelines. I don't have any of my books.
I have all of your books, silly. And I've got paper, pens, pencils, eraser, sharpener, anything you might need.
Somehow, I don't think Tolstoy wrote this way.
Well, I wouldn't know. You're the only genius I've ever had in my house. But I have total confidence in your brilliance. Besides, the view will inspire you.
I guess you don't get bothered by neighbors much.
Which is good for you, because you can work in total solitude.
Great.
Now, this is the most expensive type and paper anywhere, and I got a real deal on this old clunker of a typewriter, because, because the end key is broken. See, it came loose.
Came loose, huh?
Yeah. So the sales lady gave me $5 off.
Gave you? You mean you didn't dick her?
I may have. I told her that Ann was one of the letters in my favorite writer's name, Paul Sheldon.
It's 2 of the letters in my favorite nurse's name, Annie.
You fool her!
I'm not at all.
Did I do good?
You did great. Oh, except for one thing. This paper is corrosive bond, it smudges. You wouldn't mind going back into town and getting some white long-grain meal?
It's a trick. You don't want to write my book, and you're just coming up with reasons not to start.
Bring it over here and I'll show you the problem.
My paper costs the most. I do not see how it could smudge. Oh, it does smudge. Well, how fascinating is that?
I thought you'd be interested. Look, I want you to be involved in everything, Annie. Not just the finished novel, but how it's written.
Well, thank you for thinking of me. Is there anything else I can get you while I'm in town? Any other crucial requirements that need satisfied?
No, the paper will be fine.
Are you sure? I could get you a tape recorder, or maybe some handmade writing slippers. If you want, I will bring back the whole store for you.
What is the matter with you?
What's the matter? I'll tell you what's the matter. I do everything for you. I know how to way to make you happy. I feed you, I clean you, I dress you. What thanks do I get? You got the wrong paper, Annie. I can't write on this paper, Annie. I'll get you your stinking paper, but I better stop seeing some appreciation around here, Mr. Nick. You might think that you can trust me, Paul. I'm gonna look slow or stupid to you, but I am not stupid. And I am not slow.
just like your rest. Oh, you are perspiring all over. Your color is very hectic. What have you been doing?
You know goddamn well what I've been doing. I've been sitting in this chair, suffering. I need my pills now.
You've been in that chair far too long.
No, please.
Let's get you back in the back.
I need my pills now.
Please,
don't make the pain go away, Annie, please.
It just breaks my heart to see you like this. Here. All right. Now let's get you back into your bed.
Look, I'm fine now, thank you. I feel so much better now. I've had that, and Oh, the paper's great, and you're here. I'd like to do some writing now.
I'm so pleased to hear that.
Would you open the paper for me?
Yeah.
Annie,
Yes?
I'll write this story, and then
Novel?
I'll write it and I can go home.
Well, I imagine by the time you're finished, you'd be up to the strain of meeting people again. Is that what you want to hear? Then, agreed.
Agreed.
Just think of me as your inspiration.
Oh, I do.
And remember, now and forever, I will treasure anything that you write. I have total faith in you, my darling.
Oh, yeah, everything's fine. I'm just about to start writing now.
I don't hear tapping.
Oh, I'll just start right now.
Okay.
Misery, return, no end. By Paul Sheldon. For a no end. No N, I, N, Wilkes. Fuck.
Sorry, Paul, this isn't right. We'll have to start all over again.
You don't like it? What happened to I'll treasure whatever I write?
Like it? Of course I like it. It's beautiful. But it's not right. Throw it all out. Oh, except that part about naming Gravedigger Wilkes after me. You can leave that in.
Maybe you're being a little too hasty here.
Paul, what you've written isn't fair.
Fair? How is it not fair? It's misery alive, like you asked.
Oh, remember, Ian did ride for the doctor at the end of the last book. That part's okay. But his horse fell jumping that fence and he injured his shoulder, so he never made it to the doctor. That's why this book cannot start with some experimental blood transfusion that saves her life. Because misery was buried in the ground at the end of the last book. You cheated.
I wouldn't call that cheating.
When I was growing up in Bakersfield, my favorite thing to do in the whole world was to go to the movies on a Saturday afternoon and watch the chapter plays.
Cliffhangers.
I know that, Mr. Man. They're also called chapter plays. I'm not stupid, you know. Anyway, my favorite was Rocket Man. And this one time, it was this No Brakes episode. The bad guys caught Rocket Man and knocked him out and put him in a car on a mountain road. And they ripped out the brakes and they welded the doors shut. And when he woke up, he tried to steer and he tried to get out, but here came the cliff. And just before he could jump out, the car goes over and he crashes and burns. And I was so upset, but so excited. You better believe the next week I was the first in line. Because they always start with the end of the last episode. So there was Rocket Man in the car trying to get out. And then here came the cliff. And then just before the car goes over, he jumped free. And all the kids cheered. Well, I did not cheer. I stood up and I shouted, "This is not what happened last week. They just cheated us."
Do you all have amnesia, or are you too stupid to remember? This was not fair. He was in the car when it went over. He did not get out of the cock-a-doodle car!
Yeah, they often did that in chapter plays.
But not you. Not with my misery. Misery was buried in the ground at the end of the last book. So you'll have to start from there. Do you understand?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
So you understand what the problem is.
I do, but I just don't know how I'm gonna fix it.
Well, put your thinking cap on. Oh, this is exciting, don't you think?
I think if it was easy to write a book, everyone would be doing it.
Well, maybe it was a B.
What?
A bee. I've seen in the hospital sometimes a bee sting can cause a comatose condition that makes it look like you're dead. Sort of like a cataleptic state. Look at me going on, you're the writer, not me. Just forget I said anything. I'm sorry.
No, please don't apologize. Holy shit! God damn it, Annie! Well, should I keep going?
I will kill you if you don't, Mr. Ned. Oh, Paul. When Ian realized that they buried Misery by accident because a bee sting had put her in a temporary coma, and Gravedigger Wilkes remembered that 30 years earlier, the same thing happened to Lady Evelyn Hyde. And Dr. Cleary deduced that Misery must be Lady Evelyn Hyde's long-lost daughter because of the rarity of deadly bee stings. Oh, my heart just leapt. I knew since the very first book that Misery must be born of nobility. And I was right.
And it's fair?
Oh, it is fair, and it's exciting, but it's gruesome too. Misery's bloody fingers scratching at the coffin to get out. It's not like any of your other Misery books.
Well, different circumstances.
I am wild to know what happens next. Will she still be her same old self now that Ian's dug her out? Or will she have amnesia?
You have to wait.
Well, will she still love him with that same special, perfect love?
Have to wait.
Not even a hint?
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, Misery's alive! She's alive! Oh, this house is going to be filled with romance. Oh, I'm going to play all of my Liberace records. Paul, can I ask you a favor? Could I read each chapter as you write it? Please? Please. It would be just like the chapter plays when I was a kid. I could fill in all the ends for you.
On one condition, that you do something for me.
What?
Would you have dinner with me to celebrate Misery's return? I mean, I couldn't have done this without you.
Oh, it would be an honor.
Please, God.